what matters in Ella Wine's life most, like money, relationships, or designations?
Definitely not money. Of course, money is just like a means to achieve something else,
Yeah.
But I was never a person. So that's why I was always doing the other things I wanted to do, to help people, to change something for positive, and never worried about the money.
Exactly. That's
And
good.
maybe that was the way to live. Because money does not really bring you happiness or health or anything, or even successes, really.
Okay.
And when you look at
Another
some
question
celebrities,
linked with this, another question which is just linked with this: what makes Ella Wine happy? What causes happiness?
okay, if I would answer, I think at different life stages, there were different things. Like there are different things that make me happy now. And this is the most interesting thing, because I think previously, because you learn, through your life you learn. That's why you're supposed to learn. You're not supposed to stay the same like when you were in your 20s. So that would be crazy. You're supposed to learn. So there were different things that were making me happy. Maybe it was a relationship, maybe it was successes at work. And the success were not necessarily for me position, money or salary, but there were the things that I achieved, like changing a policy, a national policy, which I managed to do once, one policy. Or I like to help people, with my sons, the new diagnosed autism 2 years ago and other conditions, I had to adjust. And I will be honest, it took me a year to adjust. Because you can imagine, from being so active and doing all those things, always able to do things, my mind, it's not just my physical body that physically I had to be at home.
True.
My mind was on different things. So it was more the learning about like new areas of health, new for me. And then that's what I was busy with. And it took me a long time, about a year, I think, to accept my son's condition, to accept him better, but not completely. And I don't think now that we can get him completely better. So we have to accept what it is, basically. And that is probably the thing that, especially in the recent months, especially the lockdown, that just brought me to this, that we have to accept what we have, and then you feel happy.
Indeed.
So instead of like searching for something that's not there, because you're always going to be unhappy. If you search for the new thing, whether it's like a new better job or more money or a better car, whatever it is, there's always something better you can get there. So it's like you're searching happiness from outside yourself. That's not going to happen, or for a very short time. Say like a relationship or something, and then it just goes down, and then you're crashing down, So the happiness is just for me to stay happy within myself.
That's
if
wonderful.
I can manage that,
that's great. That's
that is
right for us as well.
I'm happy. I'm happy then.
Okay, another question which normally everybody does, every human being does that. So did Ella Wine ever cry?
Of course. Of course I do. I am emotional, although I keep the emotions to myself usually in a public place. But I can cry on movies, books, if there is something emotional or romantic or sad, say somebody dies and then the family cries on movies, then I will cry. So there's a lot of things because I feel the emotions, and it's a lot of empathy in me, so I can feel people's feelings, so it can easily get into me.
These are the emotions which make you feel about humanity, feel about others' problems, other troubles. So that's why you are doing very good things.
That's why I'm doing what I'm doing, exactly, because I cannot turn my head away and close my eyes on obvious things that I see, the obvious, like injustices in the world or obvious suffering of other people, so health and all this. So I cannot just, I know about it, so I cannot pretend to myself that I don't know and do something that to me doesn't make
we should
sense.
be realistic. Whatever we know, whatever we don't know, we should be honest with that, honestly.
That is also the part of acceptance. So you accept that you know, and you sad about it. That's okay. Then you can do something about it.
Okay. Let's talk about your future plans. What are your future goals? Where will be Ella Wine after 5 years, after 2 years? What are your goals and what are you planning?
It's hard to say because I see myself staying foundation. We are planning some really exciting project to continue our work, but new, and it's really exciting. And we got bigger. We have some new trustees that are really inspirational people in themselves, so it's so great to work with people like that. because that, for me, like the working environment, the people I'm working with is very important. I need to feel great, and I do. So that I see this going forward. And to be honest, it depends a lot on my son's health, if I'm able and want to do anything else other than that. But I'm kind of enjoying the person he is becoming, and teaching him acceptance as well. He's not exactly the same as everyone in the society, but it doesn't matter because he's got a lot of qualities, and then maybe he will succeed in life. So the things that he's different will not matter then, you know. So, but I recently I enjoy playing chess, and this is for me relaxation. When I play chess, I forget about the whole world. So I'm doing a little bit more of that now. So maybe I go this way as well. We did talk, you know, before the break about like my dream, but this is more like I mean, practically, if I could in the future, maybe many years, you know, I'm still kind of young, then I could do some medical research about the issues. I know already a lot, but because I'm not a researcher, and I have nothing to say. But there's a lot of things that I'd like to do on the medical research field.
I definitely know that you'll get something very good for the patients if you do some research or if you do something like that. Although it's a difficult thing, obviously managing time for that is a difficult thing. But obviously, if you do that, you'll do wonderful. Let me
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So you know, we have inspirations. Many of listeners are having inspirations from yourself. I do that personally from yourself. Whenever I go to the events by Global Kidney Foundation, I feel very good and I feel very motivated. So who is Ella Wine's inspiration?
Well, to be honest, for my life, I never had an inspiration. This is a question that's been often asked, like celebrities and just generally media. And I've been asked, and I always struggled because then I had to think, who is? Am I taking example from anyone? And actually, I'm not. Since my early childhood, I never took an example from anyone. But there are some people, historical people, that are like inspiration. They did great things, like working for peace in the world, or like working for human rights, setting up charities. But there is like thousands of those people everywhere in the world, you know. So it does not have to be somebody who is like well known.
This was also a question, by the way, which is a frequently asked question. So yeah, you replied.
I cannot just like give you a name because that would be a lie. That would